Yahweh ISIS the iron counselor of the people. So when I'm speaking in Hebrew, I want to make it clear to you that our trials and tribulations was beyond massive. Now your pastors want to teach us to be living.
Standing in the middle of the largest Indian nation in North America, the Maya, descendants of the pyramid builders, the explorers could not imagine that the towering architecture was the work of Indian people. Instead, they speculated wildly about the lost civilization that could have built so grand an existence. Refugees from the sunken continent of Atlantis, a lost tribe of Israel, a lost tribe of Israel, a lost tribe of Israel.
A lost tribe of Israel.
That 12-tribe breakdown is one of the world's best-kept secrets. And that's something that One West had completely correct. And let's get some understanding.
They say it's all a facade, and that there's really no supreme God. They say it's all a coincidence. To me, I believe golden ratio is God's fingerprints. It's laid out in the sequence. It's mathematics that creates the matrix. It's designed by intelligence to disobedience those evolutionary idiots. I'm talking about the atheists, the hating us. That's why we keep on making hits. We do this for the most glorious. And don't forget about the kids. Teach about the Torah and who really built the pyramids. Teach about Yahweh and the color of his skin. The brother was darker than Wesley Snipes, but that's a fact that many might not like.
Malcolm X said before they killed him, he said that in the future, men are going to come before you, and they are going to tell you that you are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Malcolm said out of his own mouth, I tell you.
We ain't done yet.
All right.
Read that.
Revelation 7:7, starting at of the tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000.
Look at that. Of the tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Issachar is you so-called Mexicans today, descendants of Aztec Indians. All right, and the word Aztec is a Hebrew word. As the brother said earlier today, what language were you speaking before your oppressors came? The word tek or tekah in Hebrew means encampment, a group of people. The word Az, A-Z in Hebrew means times. So a group of people, give me 1 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 18. So in other words, Aztec means a group of people who could tell the times. Who have a greater calendar than the Aztec Indians to this day? Till this day. Their calendar was made thousands of years ago and pretty much lasted up until what? The year 2000 is when the calendar ended. Which is 2012? Oh yeah, it was 2012. You're right. It was 2012. It's 32.
Right there.
Read that.
And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of time.
Men who had what?
Understanding of time.
That's why they created the greatest calendar on the face of the planet.
Bro, you hitting it. All praises.
Right?
Yep.
They had tellers of times, and what else? Go back to it.
The understandings of times to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and their brethren were at their commandment.
So the tribe of Issachar, y'all was a great people. And you know what? You are black people. You know, I find it funny how in certain places in America, because you know, in certain places, Issachar and Judah, they're like this. And in other places, Issachar and Judah is enemies. Yep. And I find it funny how in those places where Issachar and Judah are enemies, you despise Judah because of the color of his skin. When you go back to all of those images and pictures that Issachar made of himself, that the Mexicans made of themselves, and those pictures are darker than us.
Yep.
Dark, dark, dark.
Yeah.
Blackity black. But you have that mentality. Why? Because go to the book of Daniel chapter 2, where it talks about the toes being the iron mixed with clay. You have that mentality because of the oppressors, the conquistadors that came into your land, and they put that type of thinking in you to hate your brothers, to hate them and to think that they're different. Now you hate your skin color. You can have an Aztec Indian that's almost pure Aztec Indian and hate the fact that they're black. Just like the same thing with Dominicans and all the other Hispanic tribes. You can have Hispanics just as dark as us and hate the fact that they black, so they want to what? Purify the race. So what do? They go sleep with the dang on white woman and white man to purify their race. What type of thinking is that? Read that scripture for me.
Straight to the point.
Yep.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 43.
Uh-huh.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
They shall what?
Mingle themselves with the seed of men.
That means that the iron represent the remnant of the Roman Empire.
Romans.
All right? If we know who the Romans are, and it said they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, meaning whoever they conquer, it don't matter if it's in the third world country, the Arab world, the Hispanic world, whoever they conquer, they was going to mingle themselves with the seed of men. And do what? Read on.
But they shall not cleave one to another.
But they shall what?
But they shall not cleave one to another.
And this is the reason why we go more by the spirit instead of just wondering who's your father. No, we go by the spirit. Some of you have the spirit of a Spaniard because you are a Spaniard.
Yeah, conqueror.
All right? But then some of you only look like Spaniards, and we love you. And if you got love for us, then we got love for you. All right? Go back to Revelations. We doing all the tribes, man. All of them.
Oh, praises. What's up?
Read that.
Revelation 7 and 8. Of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000.
Of the tribe of Zebulun. Zebulun is the Peruvians. Everybody located in Central America between Mexico and South America. You are the tribe of Zebulun. You are the tribe of Zebulun. And they know this. That's why they don't want you coming over here to America. That's why they try to build a wall. Because they want to keep you separated from the rest of your brethren. You ain't see that video clip a few years ago when the Ecuadorians was migrating up here? It's when Trump first got in office.
The scene at the border. Dramatic pictures of the chaos in Tijuana, Mexico over the past 24 hours. Hundreds of migrants from Central America attempted to storm the U.S. border, desperate to reach U.S. soil. U.S. authorities and Mexican police took unprecedented measures.
They was migrating up here, and they broke through the borders of Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
They literally broke through the borders of Mexico. You understand? Now go to Deuteronomy 33. Watch this. I'm going to show you something.
Deuteronomy 33?
Right. See, everybody in Central America at one point, before you was called Ecuadorian and all of these other titles that they gave you, right? You called yourselves Mayans. You were the Mayan Indians. Right? And as Mayans, you were worshipped with the Aztec Indians. Y'all started out as one group of people when you came to the Americas. But as you migrated further up into the Americas, you separated as tribes. One stayed as Mayan, which the word Mayan is a Hebrew word. You want to know what Panama means in Hebrew? In between.
Interesting.
In between. So you know what that means? They were saying, we are here in between two continents, South America and North America. That's what that was saying. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 33. Go to verse 18.
18.
That's right. Read that.
And of Zebulun, he said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents.
Right, because they was going in and out of the tribe of Issachar's tent to do what? Worship. That's why you have all of the Mayan pyramids on top of the mountains, like you do, and they're very similar to the Aztec pyramids. Read on.
Oh, Salakia.
It's
It's a
more.
lot. Verse 19. They shall call the people unto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of the righteousness.
And then when you watch that movie, what is it, Apocalypto?
Yep.
Right? That shows you how the Mayan people, they would go to worship with the Aztec people. But those sacrifices of righteousness turned into what? Sacrifices of wickedness. So the Aztec Indians started kidnapping Mayan Indians and using them for sport and sacrifice. And they made the images of it. They show images on their pottery of them cutting Mayans in half. But this was prophesied in the Bible. Did you know that this is prophesied in the Bible? Did you? Mayan Indian? Aztec Indian? Read on. There's more to it.
For they shall suck of the abundance of the seed.
They shall what?
They shall suck of the abundance of the seed.
They shall suck of the abundance of the seed, because even the tribe of Issachar, when they became the Aztec Indians, how did they do it? They created an irrigation where they created their own island on the sea.
For 100 years, the people of Tenochtitlan built up the island through great sacrifice. They reclaimed land from the swampy lake and erected stone temples and public buildings. Causeways of hewn stone were constructed to the north, south, and west. An aqueduct was built to bring in fresh water from a mainland spring 3 miles away. Canals were dug throughout the island to transport goods and people. They gained trade wealth and again hired themselves out as mercenary soldiers for the powerful city-states of the valley. Marriages were arranged that finally brought them honored Toltec bloodlines.
A whole city sucking the abundance of the sea. I'm telling you, it's a lot of history in these prophecies.
They show
Read on.
And of treasures hid in the sand.
So we got the prophecies, we got the history, we got everything to break it down. And we're telling you that the children of Israel is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you fit these prophecies and you fit these curses. And in the last days, if y'all don't band together, you will be eradicated.
Yep.
With the same devils that's going to be coming for you.
Yep.
Go back to
The 12 tribes sound is up to date. We've had white guys come up to us 30 years ago. Get out, rich white guys, and get out the limousine in downtown now and point to the sign and say, how did you guys find out? And so we said, what do you mean? He said, that sign. How did you find out the information? We paid billions of dollars to get there. There's a book out now. A white scholar wrote that went and did research on Mexico, and he came back to the same conclusion that we come to, that the Mexicans are the lost tribe of Issachar. Look, Israelites are not perfect. We've committed sin on this earth like every other nation and every other man. It's just a difference that we're God's chosen people.
Muchos gracias if you've been paying attention. They shooting us, guess they fell back from the lynching. Her naked body got me distracted.
But the problem is, Israel, you don't know who your God is, and you don't know who your neighbor is. So if you don't know who your God is and you don't know who your neighbor is, then we gotta teach you who your neighbor is. We gotta teach you who your God is. Because for years, you've been going to church looking at Renaissance pictures of a big white man looking like Santa Claus coming out of the sky. And you thought that that was God. And guess what? Color didn't matter back then, right? But the moment when I say Jesus Christ is a black man, then color matters. And he can be any color he wants. Why? Because I said he a black man?
Notification go off. I'll ignore them again. Too busy fighting at home. They gon' fight for my own. Standing by so long. When all you got is these poems. Got it. Started to a launch, but my Facebook friend. Notification go off. I'll ignore them again. Too busy fighting at home.